I say first, I'm a little too excited. But while I'm so excited, this is like the first cup of water after 5 days in the desert. Welcome to Hong Kong. We are starting a trip at Yongji, and I got their signature Thai chicken rice. I try not to but this is their signature style, so I had to get it. The others come with white rice, interestingly enough. This, while very yellow, is, according to them, Yu Fan. And oh my goodness, it's been a week for y'all, but it hasn't been 48 hours for me since the Vietnamese chicken. But this chicken is just sexy compared to Vietnamese chicken. Look at the cook, look at the yellowness, look at the tenderness. Okay, no more yapping, no more yapping. I say first, I'm a little too excited. Give me until cafe o'clock to acclimatize. But while I'm so excited, this is like the first cup of water after 5 days in the desert. No offense to the Vietnamese chicken rice, I've addressed it properly at the end of the last episode. It's simply too different. Which is why coming back to the chicken rice that I know and love, whew, my thirst is quenched, if just for a while. The chicken is very chickeny. I suspect y'all can tell. Not only that, the chicken flavor is close to the regions, but this is a tender one. Both the dark meat and the breast. It's not obvious, but they give a little bit of the drumstick meat and the breast meat. But both are very tender, both are very flavorful. And like I said just now, the color is just sexy. Also, we are back to Yu Fan, which is nice, although more on that later. And just now I said it's Thai style. It comes with yeah, sure. Tak Toy. The social etiquette practiced in Hong Kong to share tables with complete strangers. A relic from the past and Eldrick's arch nemesis. Well, welcome back to Hong Kong. Where was I? Tao Jiu. Yeah, Tao Jiu. So we have the Thai style Tao Jiu again, which is nice. It's hard to imagine this being not nice. But what is not nice is the rice. Okay, not nice is a bit harsh. We have very yellow rice, not by butter, but turmeric, and an extremely strong hit of onion and shallot. So here you can see fried shallot. Not only that, it goes beyond that. There is a stronger onion taste, which I suspect the rice is cooked with the onion. You can see the leftover onion skin still in the rice. So the whole dish becomes more like a Chong Yu Fan rather than a Ji Yu Fan. Some of you might like it, but as you recall, my indicator of quality is the addictiveness, and I think Chong Yu actually helps to moderate your appetite rather than encourage it. I would much rather have a stronger Ji Yu flavor. And another miss is that the chicken seems to have a very odd layer of saltiness on the skin. I feel like they season it when finishing it, which is quite a pity because I feel like it's cooked very well. With good cooking, you always want the saltiness to come from within. And I feel like they really did that. It doesn't feel like the chicken is bland. And then lastly, this is not a miss, but it has a stronger chickeny flavor. Those of you who like your clean tasting, tender broilers, this is not for you. This might smell a little bit to you. But this kind of chicken is right up my alley. The color is really pretty. Anyway, let's get out of here. I think my cringe gene died. The next diner is like 30 cm from me. Let's get out of here. For our next stop, we are at All Day Chicken Lab. And I ordered their Wen Quan Ji Tao Chan, which comes with this chicken that they developed their own cooking style for. They have a tray that lowers the chicken into the chicken broth, exposing the breast. So the breast is steaming while the bottom half is boiling. This helps control the difference in temperature. A question that we have had for quite a while now. And I know what you might be wondering. Eldrick, why are you in the goalpost? Because the dining experience is impossible. But I'll get there. Here's me eating the chicken rice, and let's get started with the heats. Great chicken, impeccably cooked. Whatever they're doing with the cooking style is 100% money. Breast still tender, leg cooked very well. You can even see these hints of pink, indicating that the temperature has been controlled well. We have gone through this. And I was thinking about this walking around Hong Kong last night. Their chickens here are very pretty. You walk past any store, right? it's always like this very nice hue of yellow. But more than the looks, the two that we have had so far are delicious. Again, this is on the stronger chicken flavor side, so do with that what you will. The cucumber is a seasoned cucumber, like a light soya sauce. It's still crunchy, but it has flavor. The soup is some sort of lao huang gua soup, or a similar flavor profile. Thicker than usual, very pleasant. You can taste that it's a real soup, none of the MSG nonsense. I also like the ginger puree. They did it until it's creamy, goes very well with the rice. If you all ever had like something creamy like mayo on rice before, you know that the textures go very well. But then, I'm gonna explode already. We talk about the small misses, the rice. This rice is firmly the mushy kind. Or it might look like there are grains, right? Not 1.5 chews in is just mushy, dumpling mushy. Not only that, it is cooked unevenly. Some parts of the rice are bland, some parts are saltier. So I suspect during the cooking phase, there is not a more thorough mix around. The mushiness also leads me to suspect that the rice has been overcooked, such that their integrity is falling. Or it might just be the rice grain. Small miss, some people might enjoy this texture. I forgot to mention this, the flavor is very good. So the last one we had a more onion forward, this is a more chicken fat forward. Very appetizing, very well seasoned. But the biggest miss is my arch enemy, tap toy. It cannot be. It cannot be. I was put into this small table in the middle of everyone, which is fine. But then, a party of 3 came through and they were seated with me, which is something I expected. But then the table is so small that after the tray came and they serve it in trays, I no longer have anywhere to put anything. Half of the table is one tray. I cannot put a camera, I cannot even put a tissue. I cannot even put my bag. My bag has to be at my feet. And then 2 minutes after they sit down, the next table got up and there were all these empty tables. I need to speak to people right now. People of the world, not just Hong Kong people. This can't be right. Waiting cannot be this bad. It's not that serious, I promise you. I like to think that I'm trying my best to be respectful, trying to be open-minded. But this is not just a cultural line. This is a human line. Why are we eating in less space than a dog would? Anybody who have dogs now, go look over here, look at your dog. Look at how much space he has to eat. I don't want more space than that. I want equal amount. I cannot be sitting like this, right? And then every 2 chews, right, somebody is bumping behind me. And then when they clear the trays, they have to take the trays over your head because it's so squeezy. And I hate trays. Eating in a tray feels like I'm in prison. So I want to talk to the people of the world. Is this okay? And to the Hong Kong people, whatever social contract you all have entered, void it. Rewrite one. It's not that serious. It cannot be like this. I believe there's a Chinese saying about when you eat, you need to eat like a king. I don't need to be a king. I just need to be a human being. And like what I said last year, it's not like outside got queue. It's not like rush hour. It's not like your customers stay very long or whatever. We're talking about stay very long, right? The person in front of me finished her rice and she was slowly enjoying her soup. And the staff came over and wanted to clear her tray already. Her dining time is like 11.5 minutes. I know why, because I'm recording. I'm sure this is not specific to this. This is a cultural agreement. It's just how things are in Hong Kong. So give me your opinion. Is this correct? Tell me off if I'm being unreasonable. I'm still kind of okay with this because I'll only be here for a few days. But I cannot imagine living here and eating every meal like this. You all need space to put the phone to watch show, right? If the next place is like this, right? Maybe we tapao. Eat at the park. Eat in the goalpost. I can maybe eating there. There got space. There got more space than in the restaurant. Okay. Sorry. On to the next spot. We are now at Golden Chicken, and that completes the hat trick. The chicken here is really very pretty. I mean, you can see the juiciness. We have a similarly fried shallot onion rice with the onion skin still on. Really attractive orange color, almost pumpkin soup with chicken bones in it. Let's get in. Food is very subjective. What you like I might not like. What I like you might hate. But can we agree that food tastes nicer when there's no one hitting you from behind? Hat trick. 3 chickens today, all high quality. All I want to say perfectly cooked. All has such a nice chickeny flavor. Good balance, well seasoned. And ironically, if I were to have a blind taste test with all 3 chickens today, right, I will not get it correct. They taste remarkably the same. Both the breast meat and the dark meat. Down to the texture, down to the seasoning, down to the fragrance, down to the level of chickeny flavor. But all 3 very high quality. Dare I say amongst the top of the series. Rice is flavored well, but we'll get there. I particularly like the scallion oil. It's bruised, not blended. Very nice hit of saltiness. I enjoy it a lot. We are coming back to this again. A good soup in chicken rice. Whenever I drink a good soup after having a mouth of chicken rice, right, it's like that avatar moment where I see all my ancestors before me and we all agree that's the good stuff. It's something so visceral chasing a spoonful of rice with soup. It doesn't need to be, the best soup in the world, but just a properly made, time given, proper ingredients kind of soup does so much. But then, what I did not like, the rice quality is pretty poor, or at least not to my liking. Everything seems to break up so fast, get mushy so fast that you don't get that joy of eating rice, that grainy texture. Like I said, it's preference. It feels like the rice is a bit wet, a bit weak, and I don't quite enjoy it. As for fragrances, this has a very nice balance of onions and chicken. Neither one is dominating. I think it's seasoned well. I just wish that the texture could be better. Bangkok was 2 weeks back, but the rice quality really comes to mind. It's such an important part for a rice dish. Across all 3 chicken rice, big pluses, but also consistent misses. I'll think about it. I'll see you guys at the cafe. We are now at NOC, and I got the 1+1 combo. So we have something from Ethiopia, Erga Chef, G1 Koke Shalaye, washed. The 1+1 means that I have it espresso as well as a white. So let's shoot this. Technically espresso is there's a specific way to drink it, right? Well, I can't say I enjoy that. Very sour. Maybe the white would be better. Now it's just milk. Anyway, no kidding, the 3 chickens today can place in the top 5 of the series. All 3 of them. I don't know what order yet, but they are very close to my ideal chicken for Hainanese chicken rice. Super chickeny, so well cooked, like crazily well cooked. If we were to limit it to just the cook, right, I have no qualms. I cannot, cause like look at this. This is quite literally perfectly cooked. And then the chicken quality as well, compared to all those that we had earlier, this is so much more chickeny, so much more flavorful and prettier. It has that stronger taste that we associate with kampong chicken, and yet the texture of broiler chicken. The rice is the one that is kinda iffy. I'm not sure how I feel about such a strong onion presence. At times it feels like my appetite is being curbed rather than encouraged. The flavor profile is something that I much prefer Singapore or Malaysia's. And then also the rice quality. Somewhere between overcooking the rice and the rice grain quality, the mushiness is not an enjoyable kind. It feels like the rice is already breaking down prematurely. I like that they have good soups, I like that the condiments are good. What I don't like, I might have been a bit harsh just now. It's not my intention to be disrespectful. I know it's your house, so forgive me if I overspoke. But you know what? No, I'm doubling down. This cannot be right. It should be a fundamental human right to have enough space to eat. And I don't want you all to misunderstand that, oh, Eldrick want VIP treatment, I want my own room. There are 2 factors to tap toy. The physical and the social one. The social one being inserted into another group, like I was, you know what? The cringe part of my brain died already. I'm okay. The physical part is the one that I think is unacceptable. I shouldn't have people bumping into me every 5 seconds when I'm eating. I'm asking for what a lot of you already have. Enough space to put my food, plus a little extra to put my phone, or in my case, a camera. That is something the rest of the world already has. That is what I want for Hong Kong. I have never wanted to influence, but if I'm based here, I will start a movement. I will boycott tap toy restaurants. I will come up with a list of restaurants that still tap toy and go against them. Instead of the sign, putting no MSG, that one is old news. That's 90s, 2000s. I want a sign that says no tap toy. I understand the business part of doing things, that we have to be practical. But in today's world, when everybody is playing by these rules, Don't smoke me lah. There's no queue outside. Tap Toy came from a time where there was real scarcity, where logistics were bad, but we have long outgrown that. We don't have to make the whole restaurant suffer for that extra 3 or 4 covers. In today's world, where there's so many things that we cannot do already. You go to school, you have to work hard, cannot do this, cannot do that. You go to work, you need to do properly, cannot do this, cannot do that. Now even down to how you eat, a fundamental human right. One of the few joys that we still have to ourselves. We cannot even do that properly. I cannot accept. One plate I'll walk for the chicken rice, 2 plates I'll take a bus for the chicken rice, and 3 plates I'll go anywhere in the city for the chicken rice. And the chicken rice today get 222. It is uncanny how close the quality is. All 3 chickens are 3 plates chickens. At the same time, all 3 rice are mediocre, if not less. It feels like a cop-out rating, but if I were to put 3 images side by side, can you see how similar they are? For both good and bad. I mean, if I can have this quality of chicken readily, right, wow, that's quite a plus. If I were to put a national average of chicken we had, Hong Kong will win by far. Oh well, time to go back. No, not go back home. Go back where the wave of immigration first started. Back to the epicenter that has spawned all these dishes that we have been having. Back to the start.
A 150 years ago, the people here led a harsh life. Pressured by the political unrest from the mainland, pushed by poverty, they sailed south in search of a better life. There they found jobs, love, and ironically, a new dish, the Hainanese chicken rice. What was originally the Wenchang chicken has now exploded into a regional icon, loved by all of the cities that we have passed. Which brings us to where we stand now. The end of the journey, the start of the dish. 地球不无聊，我是宣扬天空变化莫测，境况让人现实，可是败了也都没办法，你的安排像灾祸，在我看来地方就无奈。